Chainlink update on the monthly chart. We're going to start here, then we're going to zoom into the lower time frames, the weekly, the daily, look at high and low price targets, what we like, what's good, what's bad. If you want ugly, hold up a mirror. Let's get right to it. The monthly chart, what do we like? Last month in February, we closed and overtook our bear market high. That is a great sign. Move down, consolidation for 500 plus days, move up, and the move up overtook our previous high. That is a great sign. Okay. Now, in the short term, right, we're going to get to this box. This is what this is helpful for. But expect some volatility over the next couple of months. How low could we go? Well, we're going to get to that. But looking at this chart and this chart only, right, let's go look at our swing highs from August of 2020 and our high right there. We really only have two green candles we're looking at. And you guessed it. So 17 to around $16 for monthly closes. So if we come down March, April, I would expect a close to remain above this high right here. That closed at 15.59. We'll go with that. We shouldn't be closing back below there per this chart and this chart only. Could we wick down? Could we go to 14, 13, 12? Of course. But closing monthly candles, fear not. We're looking good. Okay. That just based on this previous month candle and all of these, right? From the macro perspective, we're looking good. All right. Now let's zoom in. Let's go to the weekly. One more thing. The Gosan channel, right? We don't often look at the Gosan channel on the monthly, but got some important stuff to look at. Where the hell did we find resistance? The top of the monthly Gosan channel. No shit. Of course, right? Monthly Gosan channel is, that's the first time we've hit it ever, really, from the upside, right? This is the first time we've ever been in the monthly Gosan channel. And so naturally, you're going to find resistance there. Initially, that's where it is. Not only that, but if you put on your Fibonacci retrace, right? We go down here, we hit our wick low, right? So wick high, swing low, right? The 618 is right there at the top of the Gosan channel as well. No brainer. This is the level we're focusing on to close above. On the monthly chart, the weekly chart, $21 is the area. After that, the skies are clear. The flannel shirts are on. Valhalla awaits. Plain and simple. On the macro perspective, that's it. All right. That's the Gosan channel. Let's go remove that. We'll zoom into the weekly. Let's put some moving averages back on here. Get the nice colors back out, right? And now we can look at this zone. So this is kind of the median, right? This line right here, the mean of this move. So for the number one question I get is, when should I buy more Chainlink? Well, I'm glad you asked. If you want a dollar cost average, that's generally the best way to do it on any coin you're trying to get in, right? You want to just do little bits, right? On red days, right? Today's pretty much a red day. 5%, if your coin's 5% down, Chainlink just happened to hit that as we were saying it, you add a little bit. Or if you're at these levels, you add a little bit. 10% down, you add a little bit more. Or the next lower level. What's the next lower level? Well, the first one here is around 17. You have your 21-week EMA, always a good spot. And guess where we wicked right to this week? The 21-week. Right there. So if you had an order in at 1630, you got filled and you're looking A-okay. If we go down more, you just add more. What's our next lower level below that? The MA34 or this median line, because that's the kind of the center, the equilibrium of this move, around 1450. If we go lower than that, fear not, right? That's our swing lows. We'll likely hold $13. Maybe it goes down there with a wick. Remember, the monthly, you got to keep that in perspective. We're unlikely to close a monthly candle below 1550. Very unlikely. So if you're lucky enough to get some more Chainlink at $13, wouldn't you be ahead of the crowd? Of course, especially if you missed all this and you forgot about the previous 500 days that it was all in single digits that you're never going to see again. There's your chance. 13 is pretty close to single digits, but not quite, right? So there's your three levels for me. If you're asking me, if you're not asking me, you're not even watching the video. But so in my opinion, right, you can take with this what you want. Not financial advice, but step one, you buy some here, which if you're following me the past 78 videos I've made on Chainlink, we've been talking about a similar zone of 1650 to 17. That's step one. So if you have $1,000 you want to put into Chainlink, Maybe you do 200 here. Maybe you do another 200 here. And maybe you do the remaining 600 down here. Or you have those orders open. Having orders open on your exchange that you're using is the best way to do it. Because if you try to go to Coinbase or Binance or whatever exchange you're using, at the moment of extreme volatility, as we're dropping, right? How often, if you've never done that before, it's very difficult to get on and everything going smoothly. So having orders open already, like if you were going to go and try to, time that at 16.29 to buy Chainlink on Coinbase here, and you're just going to do it in the spur of the moment, not likely to happen. Okay. So go have those orders open if you're wanting to get in whatever coin you're looking at. Find some charts, right? Let's looking still good, right? Consolidation here, a breakout move, and a throwback, which is a bullish retest of the previous level. So this is a zone. Now you could retest anywhere in here, but more likely than not, in the not so distant future, Chainlink will make those breaks to the higher prices. We'll clear our 21 market lid line here. On the monthly perspective, right? The 618 Fibonacci, the monthly closes from the previous bear market from 2020, right? That's what we're battling. It's a big level. Once we clear that, we're 20,000 feet up, right? Smooth sailing, flying. If you're sailing in 20,000 feet, right? You're on, that's another thing. You're on something. All right. So let's look into the shorter time frame. I don't generally recommend going into any shorter than weekly if you don't have to, right? The long-term investors, Chainlink, right? I assume you're a relatively long-term investor if you're in Chainlink, right? You have patience of a rock, right? You can just sit there, but right, look at this on even the short time frame, right? Patience, long-term, right? Weekly, monthly, focus on that. Don't panic. The more you zoom in, the more emotions start getting involved, right? Maybe you've experienced that, but looking at this, right? Same zone that we had on the weekly, breakout, previous resistance, breakout, come back, support. No surprise. It's nothing magical. That's how shit works, right? Where do you think that median line is from the weekly? Oh, conveniently, the 200-day moving average is right there. All this stuff starts to add up, right? You want things to make sense. Hopefully that's all making sense, right? If we go lower, I would expect it to be a wick. All right, so that's Chainlink update going into the weekly close, the monthly close, the yearly close. That's everything wrapped up for Chainlink. If you have any other questions on Chainlink, let me know. All right. Short term, long term. That's what you don't have to make it overly complex. You don't need 78,000 indicators. You don't need 4,000 lines and pie charts and the math memes. Right? Just make it simple. Support, resistance, moving averages. You can do it. Right? All right. Let's get to it. Quote of the day. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Blown away how wise people are from hundreds, thousands of years ago. That's mind-blowing to me. All right. Car of the day. Any guesses? If you said Ferrari, you're half right. I like the model. Making models. Get them both. The Ferrari Maranello. Amazing. Saw this in person. Still looks good. Almost 25 years old. Timeless. Still looks good today. If you made it today, looks great. All right, let's get to a couple other pictures. The front end still looks great. Interior still looks really, really great for 25 years old. Gated manual. Big fan of that. And there's the rear. There it is. Pretty cool color too. Dark blue. Not a huge fan of dark blue, but for some things, maybe not cars, but blue is pretty good in other aspects. But I guess if you got this blue license plate, you have to get the car to match. All right, Chainlink Ferrari. There it is. Happy Friday. I'll see you on the next one.